Morning, cats. It's already up to 8 degrees. This morning, when I got up, it was 1 degree. So it's cold. And it's been a struggle for me to keep this house comfortable. And I've been able to do that. I mean, I got my wood burner roaring hot. I've had problems with this, though. And then I've had issues with my propane furnace, too. And I'll talk about that later. This, though, it all keys to the type of wood you burn. And around here we have plenty of dead ash trees. Ash burns really well, clean, and puts out a hot fire. I mean, this really hot. I mean, it's blowing out some really hot air right now, and it's keeping it pretty warm in here. But I also cut some elm. And the elm holds a little bit more moisture. It burns well, but I burned that earlier, probably last month, and it causes more creosote. Well, this chimney, as you see, it goes up probably about 12, 14 feet, and then it goes another 6 feet up through the attic and out the roof. And where the chimney exits up there on the roof at the chimney cap, it tends to build up creosote, and it cakes up there, and it blocks the draft. So when the draft is blocked up there, now this pipe is double walled. The insert in the middle inside is all stainless, so the creosote doesn't really stick to it. It falls right down. It's a straight pipe, but it cakes up there on the roof. So when I open the doors to put wood in, the smoke just billows out, and the whole place, gets hazy with smoke. So I have to be real quick about throwing wood in there. I don't like it. I think it's somewhat dangerous. As long as I have a fire going in there with the drafts set right, there's no smoke in the house right now at all. It's fine. But if I were to open those doors to put more wood in there, it comes out. So today, in a few hours, I got a chimney cleaner guy coming. And he's going to clean the chimney for me. So I'm going to let that fire die down. And if it starts getting cool in here, I'm going to get the furnace going. Now, my furnace is another problem. This is not like a brand name. This is the name of the company that sold me this furnace. They build their own furnaces. From what I'm reading, the life expectancy on a gas furnace is about 15 years. Well, I'm looking at the chart here, and it was installed in 2012. So that makes this 14 years old. The problem I'm having with it is when it does come on, and I keep the thermostat set at 50 degrees. So it never comes on because my house never gets below 50 degrees. I think the lowest it's got this week has been 58 degrees indoors. If it were to drop down below 50, this furnace would come on. And what it's been doing, it'll run for about 10 minutes and blow out some warm air. And then the flame goes out, and it continues to blow, and these vents down here get icy cold. I mean, they're cold right now. It'll just blow cold air out of the vents like air conditioning, and the furnace won't come back on. So I come down and I hit the reset there, click that on and off. The furnace will fire back up, and then it'll run. And it'll heat the house up. It'll run fine at that point. My problem is, though, I can't trust this thing. If I were to go on a trip this thing wouldn't shut down and not heat the house, and my pipes would freeze and I'd be up a creek. So that being said, I've actually got a furnace guy coming today, a furnace company, and not this one, because I've had a lot of trouble with this one. I've spent a lot of money on this one in the years that I put it in. Not to mention it's supposed to have a platinum top of the line warranty, which I don't know what was warranted on it, because every time they came out to service it, it cost me more money. So I'll be glad to get rid of this one and get a new unit put in there. And I'm going to get a brand name this time, and hopefully a highly recommended brand name that I can count on, that I can trust, that's going to last me at least another 15 years, and it's going to work. Now you're probably asking, why didn't I just get that one fixed and repaired? I tried. The technician came out a couple of years ago, and because it's been acting up for quite a while. So the technician came out a couple of years ago, and he spent at least an hour down there messing with it and didn't have any results. And then he came up and he told me, he said, I think it's probably going to need a motherboard. It's going to be about $2,000. And I said, well, forget it. I'm not spending $2,000 on a furnace that's like 10 years old, so I told him to hit the road and don't come back. I was done with that company. I was done with their service. Real disappointed in their unit, because I've had nothing but troubles with it over the years. And, so I never did get it fixed, so that if it is supposedly the motherboard that's going bad, it's not worth putting the money into anymore. I'm not going to do it. I'll just get a brand new furnace and a reputable name, like a Lennox or something like that. Or there's a number of them that are top line furnaces, but I'll see what my options are. Open to suggestions too. I did bundle up the other day, and I went down the driveway and ended up cutting down 3 ash trees, cut them up into firewood, loaded them on my truck, brought it up, stacked it on the porch. It was cold. It was down in the single digits, but I bundled up, I put a scarf on, I had my coveralls on, and I was very comfortable working outdoors. I'll probably have to cut more firewood before the season's over too, but that's fine. A little bit of exercise doesn't hurt me, and once I get outside and start working, I kind of enjoy it. It's an aerobic workout for sure, but it's nice to just be outdoors, even when it's this cold. If you're dressed properly and you go outside and start doing what has to be done, you totally forget about the temperature, because you're perfectly fine. Your body kind of adjusts to, the conditions, and you do just fine. My birds and the squirrel have been just annihilating my bird seed and my suet. They're taking a break right now, but earlier today, this was like Grand Central Station. Every bird you could think of was out here. Cardinals, blue jays, finches, chickadees, nuthatches, woodpeckers, you name it, they were all here. Well, I don't know if this cold weather has affected you guys or not. This polar vortex, or whatever they call it, looks like it's going to be here through the weekend, and then by next week we're going to have temperatures probably up close to 40 and with rain. So everything around here is going to turn to mush, turn to a swamp once again. And it's hard to tell what February is going to bring us. We'll see what happens with that. Hey, by the way, I'm feeling 100% better. My cold, virus, COVID, whatever you want to call it, pretty much completely gone. I mean, once in a while I'm still hacking up some junk, but I'm feeling pretty much back to normal again, and I'm so blessed for that because boy, what a miserable 2 weeks that was of battling that crappy virus. And it's been going around, very contagious. Everybody I talk to has had it or knows somebody that's had it, and I guess you're going to get that this time of year. Seems like wintertime always brings on the flu and the colds and all of that mess. So for those of you that are ailing, my prayers go out to you guys. I, for one, will be so glad when this winter's over. I don't like winters, never have. I guess because of my career, I spent a lot of time working outdoors in the winter. And many times it was extremely unpleasant. And I'll just be glad when springtime comes, when I can get back on two wheels and take off on the bike and enjoy some riding. As for travel, I'm kind of a slave to the house right now because if I were to go somewhere on a trip and leave for any more than a day or two, there's nobody here to stoke my wood burner, and I certainly can't trust that furnace. So until I get a new furnace installed, I'm kind of trapped here. You know, I don't want my pipes to freeze or anything like that. And I'm not itching to get out of here that quick anyways. I have been offered a trip down to Florida. I've never been to Florida, but I I have a nephew that lives down there and works at Disney World, and he's offered to have me fly down there and put me up and give me the tour of Disney World down there, which I've never been a big fan of Disney anything. Maybe a few Pixar cartoons or something like that, but I think the last time I was in Disneyland in California, I was probably 8 years old, you know, just a kid, and don't really have any interest of. And at my age, I'm almost 70 years old. I have no interest in amusement parks anymore. It just doesn't do it for me. But I think it would be interesting to get a personalized tour of that place because I think there's some interesting things down there. But like I said, I can't really do that right now because I can't, unless I had somebody staying here that would tend to my heat situation. And good luck with that. Even my own kids wouldn't do that for me, so. All right, well, I think I need to wrap this up because I've got things to do before the contractors get here. Thanks for your support. Thanks for your prayers. My prayers go out to you guys too. Give me the thumbs up. Hit the icon there. Kind of helps to boost me up. My channel is kind of stagnant. It's just kind of staying right there. I don't know how some people, you know, can really, their YouTube channels really take off. Mine doesn't take off at all. Maybe I'm just a boring old guy. I don't know. I'm just happy to keep you guys entertained, you that do watch. Thanks for your subscriptions. I really appreciate it. If you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button and I'll hook you up with more videos to come. Well, thanks for watching. Until next time, cats. I'll catch you all later.